Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone to this short live stream. I figured it was appropriate that we acknowledge the passing away of former senator and presidential candidate Mike Gravel. I was rather shocked with his passing away today, but I think it's very important that we acknowledge the work that he's done and really how he has stood out compared to his fellow Democratic contemporaries. Well, here, let's just go ahead and start looking at what he has done and really why now the ball is in the people's court. Because with this current crop of politicians, be they both Democrat or Republican, none of them will ever have the guts to really push the narrative of fighting for a better future harder than what Mike Gravel has done. So let's go ahead and get started. And thank you so much for joining me for this short live stream. Former Senator, United States Senator Mike Gravel, most well known for putting the Pentagon Papers into the congressional record to make them available to the American public, has died at the age of 91. He died on June 26 in his Seaside, California home. He was an outspoken critic of U.S. militarism and a two-time presidential candidate. Mike Gravel served as Alaskan senator with the Democratic Party from 1969 up to 1981. In 1971, Senator Mike Gravel read over 4,000 pages of the Pentagon Papers, the classified documents leaked by Daniel Ellsberg that revealed vast U.S. government lies about the Vietnam War into the congressional record. That action came a day before the U.S. Supreme Court lifted an injunction that had blocked the Post and the New York Times, which had already published excerpts of the documents from further publication of them. So let's actually look at this one moment in history. And let's look at what's happening to whistleblowers and independent journalists right now. The New York Times and ABC, CBS, CNN, Fox News, and all these other major media outlets, they're pro-war, they're pro-establishment, and they keep on spewing out the neoliberal narrative that our politicians and the people in the top 1% know what's going on. I'll tell you this right now. There's not a single, I can't think of a single Republican in the House or Senate or a single Democrat in the House or Senate that would ever do what Mike Gravel did. Because let's look what's happening to whistleblowers right now. Under Democratic and Republican presidential administrations, whistleblowers are the ones that are punished. Whistleblowers and journalists are at risk of being sent behind bars, not the people that committed the crimes. But this is the world we live in. And finding people who have courage like this to speak out and actually stand alongside journalists and whistleblowers, they're going to be a rare breed to find. And with the passing of Mike Gravel, we have truly lost someone. And I think this serves as a lesson for us as the next generation and future generations coming forward. We can't rely on this current group of politicians to help us out. There has to be more effort on the people's part to be outspoken. There has to be more effort on the people's part to actually keep on speaking truth to power. Because what we have right now is not working. Before I continue on, I at least want to acknowledge the live stream chat. Shout out to everyone that's joining us. Shout out to Frederick Murphy, Holly Horn. Yeah, I agree completely, guys. With the passing away of Mike Gravel, we have truly lost somebody. Let me go ahead and fix my screen just a little bit. You know what's also interesting as well is that in 2008, and I can't think of Bernie Sanders or AOC or anyone in the squad or Elizabeth Warren doing what Mike Gravel did. Well, let's rewind back the clocks to 2008 real quick. And this was really interesting. So Senator Gravel also made waves during the 2007 Democratic presidential debates, saying of his opponents on stage, including then Senator Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden, some of these people frighten me. They frighten me. My goodness, I wish people were paying attention. I wish I was paying more attention to politics and what was happening during that time. Little did we all know that it was all one big club, and all three of those individuals would do their own fair share of corruption, war crimes, covering up the behavior of the neoliberal establishment, all the while being protected by corporate media, which also owns our politicians. Because let's face it, again, it's one big club and you ain't in it. Here's a direct quote from Senator Mike Gravel addressing us about Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. When you have mainline candidates that turn around and say that there's nothing off the table with respect to Iran, that's code for using nukes, nuclear devices, Senator Gravel said at the first debate of the 2008 campaign season. When I'm president of the United States, there will be no preemptive wars with nuclear devices. To my mind, it's immoral, and it's been immoral for the last 50 years as part of American foreign policy. Even Bernie Sanders would never say that. Even Bernie Sanders would never have the audacity to speak out towards Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden. Remember, when push came to shove during the 2016 primaries as well as the 2020 primaries, Bernie Sanders was playing along. Mike Gravel wasn't. And my goodness, I can't think again of any elected official that can speak out like that. And what was his reward? Well, he was ostracized from corporate media. The Democratic establishment, which controls who gets on the debate stage, definitely intensified their rules on who can qualify to be on the stage. I mean, we saw what happened with Tulsi Gabbard. So again, when you start speaking out with truth to power, when you start standing up against the neoliberal narrative or going after the quote unquote favorites on the debate stage, you're marked. And really, at least how corporate media is going to smear it as, well, he was just an outside candidate. They're going to make some nice little fluff pieces here and there, but they're going to ignore the fact that he was right about Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. Because we're still living in this neoliberal nightmare. And I don't think any of us knew that even in 2008, when Barack Obama got elected, we would go from 2 wars to 7 wars. Cages would be built south of the border. We'd get rid of habeas corpus. And not to mention the constant compromise with Wall Street and big banks. Let's face it, he slapped big banks on the hand, and that's it. No one was held accountable, and people still lost their homes. Small businesses have been shut down. And you know what? History's repeating itself again in 2021. So I also want to at least acknowledge that he did run a 2020 campaign. It was, of course, it didn't get a chance to get too much traction onto it, but at least it was a chance for people to hear his name and to hear what he's done. This is somebody who challenged the darlings of the 2008 primary. This is a senator that had the courage and strength to read the 4,000 pages of the Pentagon Papers and put them in the congressional record for us to read. I can't think of anyone else doing that. I can't think of any progressive leader in the House or Senate, any Republican leader in the House or Senate, any elected official doing that for WikiLeaks or anyone else. We've lost somebody. And I hope that his lesson will inspire others. And to his friends and family, we do send our condolences. And I think it's up to us now to push forward and to fight for that better future. With that being said, I want to at least acknowledge everyone else in the live stream chat. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to E. Heller. Thank you so much for being one of our moderators. We do appreciate it. I got to do something about the lighting in this studio or in my little makeshift studio. So there we go. But I figure it's important that we at least acknowledge the passing away of former Senator Mike Gravel. We truly lost someone. Also want to acknowledge Natalie Chavez, $5. This is such a tragedy. God bless Gravel and his family. Truly, our condolences to him and his family. Let's see. Shout out to Wendy Carballo. Thank you so much. Frederick Murphy. Spineless Bernie. Yeah, Bernie would never, ever, ever do what Mike Gravel did. He called Joe Biden his friend. Remember, Joe Biden and him are friends. So that's a thing we have to see. Let's see. Janto, Emily, I send my condolences. I'm very sorry for the loss of your family member. And everyone else, I'm just glad you're all here as well. The Kitty 3, glad you did this, Kit. Hey, we got to recognize a real person. And now I think it's important for us to keep on pushing forward and fighting and continue to fight where Mike Gravel left off. Those are big shoes to fill, but it's up to us now to fight for that better future. So I think with that being said, I want to thank all of you for joining us. This was just a short live stream just to acknowledge the passing away of former Senator Mike Gravel. He believed in fighting for a better future. He believed in independent media. He believed in journalism. He believed in protecting whistleblowers. He stood up against the military-industrial complex. He spoke truth to power and had the strength to really go after the 2008 primary darlings of Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama. Hey, progressives currently in the House and Senate, you might want to take a few notes. Well, with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Kit Cabell, the host of Hard Lens Media. We're live every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube, on Odyssey, and on Rockfin. Take care, everyone, and have a safe evening. Bye-bye.